Hello, how to complete Schedule K-1 for Form 1120S, L.L.C. Tax as an S Corporation. We completed Form 1120S and we will use information from Schedule K to complete Schedule K-1. So let's go to and let's just open one here. And to complete Schedule K-1, it might be a good idea to create your attachments to Schedule K and Schedule K-1. So how do you complete Schedule K-1 Form 1120S for 2021? First, put your company's EIN number on line A for part 1 and line B, corporation's name, address, city, state, and zip code, and IRS center. So it could be different from what I put here, but it is where you are going to mail your return. So you'll find it in the instructions. Let me just go to you look for the address where you'll mail your form. And you just use the city, the state, and the zip code from there. So you locate where do you mail your tax return? So pretty much locate your state, and if the assets, some of them are based on assets. So if your business asset, total assets, is more than a threshold or less, or any amount, you'll choose the address. So in our example, if we look for Iowa, is any amount. So Ogden, Utah, and that's the address. So that's what we will put on the form. Pretty much that's what we'll put here, but yours will be different. Just keep that in mind. So schedule line D, corporation total number of share is nil, was not there last year. But again, if your corporation has number of shares, then you want to put it beginning and end. Part 2, information about the shareholders. So you'll enter the social security number of the partner, the name of the partner, address, city, state, zip code, and the partner's ownership excuse me, percentage. And one thing was here last year was new. Last year was the shareholders number of share. Excuse me. So if you know the number of share the partner has, excuse me, you can enter that, but I just kept it as a percentage. So loan from shareholders, if it's not related to you, just leave it blank. Excuse me. So part 3, shareholder share of current year income, deductions, credits, and other items. Line 1, ordinary business income or loss. So pretty much what will happen on Schedule K-1 is you will take things from Schedule K and you'll add it on their related lines on Schedule K-1. But if you have, okay, let's say you are the only owner, partner of the business, then your K1 and your K schedules will have the same numbers. But if you have two people, then that will be 50% for you, 50% for the other. So when you total numbers on your schedule K1, it should match your schedule K. But you have to total all your schedule K1s to come up with schedule K. So the instructions to schedule K1 explain what will go on each rows, and that's very useful. But if you have a business that is active, you won't need a lot of information on your schedule K1. So on our form, let me see what I have here. Our schedule K only have information on line 1 through 58. So if we go on a K1, we should have 44% of 358. So if we pull a calculator here, 358 times 0.44 is 154.52, which is 158. You just make adjustments so that the total match your schedule K. So another way of doing that is having a spreadsheet. Let me see here. Where you track those numbers, because you are going to send attachments. If you have attachments for schedule K, chances are you are going to send attachment to the partners as well. So pretty much this is schedule K, but it is because we are now grouping activities, but we have different type of activities under the business that we just summarize as service and retail. We try to track our cost income by category like that, so that it is easy to create the attachment and create attachment for K1. So yours may not be detailed, but again, those expenses are not listed on form 1120S, so we have to attach it. Therefore, I try to list as many as I want to list and add those totals there. So pretty much it came from our bookkeeping spreadsheet. When we pretty much summarize expenses by service and retail, and for everything that is labeled line 19 under deduction, we just summarize them because they are at a detail level on our spreadsheet, but we want to summarize some of them, like platform fee, for instance, website fee, for instance, to summarize. And platform fee, we summarize it between platform fee and payment gateway. So but anyway, everything should total to our line 19. That's how you did it well. But then again, that's line 19 deduction, but because we wanted to show income by, we can group the detail, but we want to show the income or loss by business activity. We have some subsection where we have the total revenue, which came from our investment cell spreadsheet, we are able, to single out the service and total the rest, and pretty much was able to find, let's go back again. The revenue and the revenue, but we just went with the gross profit instead of the taking all those details, mentioning all those details. We just went with the gross profits after taking the refund and the cost of goods sold out of it. And the expenses came from our bookkeeping spreadsheet as well. And and we have it by service and retail, and the total pretty much give us 3870, and the subtraction between the two, revenue and expenses, gave us, so pretty much it's showing us that we have a loss in retail and we have a profit in service, and the total is 358, which our 1040 our form 1120S page 1921 has 358, and this is pretty much a spreadsheet layout in a way that we can print it out and add it to our form 1120S. And I like to add that we elected now to claim section 179, not the special depreciation on 5-year property class and 7-year property class, because when you do not claim it for one, you shouldn't be claiming it from any other. If you it's now for this, there is the convention, the convention, I believe, on form 4562. So is it the convention or the method? I think that'll be the method. So when we chose straight line instead of I'm talking about depreciation, we have the choice between 200%, 150, I believe, and then straight line, and we chose straight line. So when you do that for one item in an asset class, you'll do it for all of them. But in this scenario, we just elect not to claim those special deductions on our assets. So it's good to mention it on the attachment. And it's good to mention the form you are referring to as well. In fact, it will be good to put, let's see if we have our depreciation. It will be good to put, part two special depreciation allowance. For example, if you want, you can put part 2 form 4562 for this one, and part 1 form 4562 election not to claim. So you can be more specific, because usually when you are referring to a form, an area on a form, it's good to mention where you are referring to. So we do have it here, page 1, form 1120S, line 19, other deduction. So now that Schedule K attachment is ready, we will create attachments. We'll create attachments for partners as well. So I'm just going to take one here, and it might take a while, but when you set it up year after year, you can just use the same spreadsheet. And the beauty of it is it takes you time to create it, but after that it's easy because you have formula linked to Schedule K. So you have the percentage ownership if that's the same for ownership, profit, and loss. If the partner has the same level of ownership, you just use that and tap and turn it to any data on Schedule K, and automatically when you update your Schedule K, all your Schedule K1s will be updated based on that, and you can just go back and review to make sure everything is okay. So you'll notice that we have 150A, and if we go to our form K1, we have 150A as well. So let's go back here. In fact, we have 157, so it will require some adjustment. So one might be 158 and one might be 157. But anyway, when you do everything, it will make sure it add up completely. So we are going to put 157. And then when you are giving Schedule K1 to the partners, you will give them a copy of the attachments. So what that does is, if they are active in one side of the business but not active on the other, they will know how to report those information on the 1040. If they are not active at all in the business, then it may not matter. Or if they are active in both, then they will make sure they put the amount on the active side of where the form will go, the number will go, so that if there is a loss, they are able to claim it against their active income, their income from active activities like wages, W2s, for instance. So that's the that's the importance of having a Schedule K1 at the detail level. If you have different activities in the business, and some partners might focus on one area than the other, and some might work on both, or might work in some area of the business that will involve both or all the activities. So, and that's how you complete Schedule K1, and you complete the attachments. So you'll have your business name, your business EIN, the partner's name, the partner's social security number, and the ownership allocation, and pretty much the income or loss. And it can be detailed. I just group it, but it's going to be similar to Schedule K, but again I added few new rows here, so I should add them to, let's open this one and let me see if it's, yeah, it has formulas. And I didn't do the expenses portion of it. I just pull everything to the income, revenue, and expense for the Schedule K1. Only Schedule K has line 19. Since line 19 it was on the form 1120S page 1, only Schedule K will have that. But Schedule K1 will just have the business income or loss, and I try to have revenue and expense so that it can show the portion of revenue and expenses and how that affects the income or loss portion. And when I print it out, it will just be something like this. So that's how you complete Schedule K1, complete Schedule K, and complete Schedule K as attachments, and complete Schedule K1 attachments. You will send Schedule K1 to IRS, and you'll add Schedule K1 to Form 1120S, and you'll add Schedule K attachments to that as well. And yeah, I'll probably add attachment to Schedule K1, and then when you give Schedule K1 to the partners, you give it to them with their attachment as well, and then you keep those copies for your business, and you keep the attachment, a copy of the attachment for the business as well. And when you are done with Schedule K1, you print out your Form 1120S, you sign it, and you make another copy for your business. And you might probably need to make another copy for the states. Some states, the state of Iowa, we will add Form 1120S to Form 1120S and Schedule K, Schedule B, and the attachment to Schedule K, we will add that to the state Form 1120S, but we won't add Schedule K1. So the states Form 1120S will have their own Schedule K1. So, but yeah, you will read the instruction for your state to see what they want you to attach to your state Form 1120S. So just make enough copy of your business tax return and make sure you keep one in your business file. Or if you prefer to save it online, you can do that as well. So you can sign it, scan it, and do that, and and save it, and locate the address, write it on the envelope, and mail it certified mail, so that you have a tracking number, and file that receipt with your tax return as well. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you all that subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for all your comments. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting LLC YouTube channel, ninasoap.com, our blog, where you can find free templates on the free download section. You do not need to subscribe to access them. And we do have our online stores, including liberdownload.com for digital products, and you'll find financial templates and business templates to manage your finances and your business. There we have Label Download for custom apparels and stationery. We have ninassoap.com with 2 S in it for natural products. Thank you for your time. And remember, Form 1120S is due by March 15, I believe. You'll find the date specifically on instructions to Form 1120S. Thank you.